Ms. Wagner. Ms. Wagner is now recognized for 5 minutes.
Aye, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Director Chopra. Yeah, let's talk some truth, and let's do it quickly with brief answers because I have a lot of questions here. Do you believe, sir, financial institutions should engage in risk-based pricing when making loans to their customers?
I don't think we should force it, but I think they often do because it's appropriate.
Should they or should they not? Risk-based pricing when making loans. Simple yes or no.
Again, I'm trying to answer. It's not to order them, but it is appropriate for them to be able to measure risk.
Yes, they have to measure risk in order to give a loan. Good. The credit card late fees and overdraft rules will make it harder for lenders to price loans according to the risk involved. Why is the CFPB writing rules that erode the fundamental principle of risk-based pricing?
Actually, won't it encourage better risk-based pricing? I'm not sure why making late fees in line with the congressional prohibition would undermine risk-based pricing. In fact, risk-based pricing, they have the data they need to price it more effectively. So I actually don't follow at all.
Then answer this, yes or no. Yes or no. Is there a strong likelihood that by drastically reducing the fee for paying late, this rule will actually encourage more consumers to pay their credit card bill late?
Well, aren't you, I hope you're aware that
Answer's yes or no.
No, because credit card companies have the ability to raise your interest rates if you're late. They have the ability to.
It will not encourage more consumers to pay their credit card late. Really?
No. You're forcing me to say yes or no and not allowing me to clarify. So I like to.
I'm going to clarify.
Feel free.
Really, if the point of the late fee rule is to reduce the penalty from $32 to $8. Won't it be cheaper for the consumer to pay late?
No, so you are allowed to charge a late fee in excess of $8. The financial institutions needs to show their math. The Card Act bans unreasonable late fees. We are using an old formula to help them do that. They will still be able, don't worry, to punish their customers for paying late.
All right, let's talk about the CFPB's most recent Card Act report. It defines the term persistent debt as a consumer paying more for interest and fees on a loan than they are paying toward the principal in a given calendar year. And given that the credit card late fees rule will undoubtedly result in more consumers paying late, we're dropping it from $32 to $8, and therefore getting deeper into debt, isn't it true that your late fee rulemaking will cause persistent debt to increase?
Well, I guess I'd say this. Wouldn't you think that if a financial institution then raised the minimum payment, that person would then pay more, but they would be less likely to be in persistent debt? So
Director, your own rule indicates that more card holders will pay late. Your rule indicates that more card
I think you're taking that out
late.
of context, but certainly we want to make sure that the congressional prohibition, respectfully, that bans unreasonable fees has fidelity.
Will you commit to measure the impact of the proposed rule on persistent debt and then require that the rule be rescinded if it does?
Well, it would be illegal for us to require a rescission in that way, but certainly in our biennial Card Act reports, we will always seek to study all of these.
You are encouraging persistent debt and encouraging people to pay late.
We're encouraging common sense.
So let's go further. As part of the fee schedule charged by the CFPB for a FOIA request, the CFPB charges $23 per 15 minutes or $92 per hour if professional staff conducts a search for information, which may be a rate set by the Office of Management and Budget. $92 per hour to search for documents seems pretty darn high and very similar in concept to your definition of junk fee, which again you define as one in which the fee exceeds the CFPB's cost of searching and therefore leads to profit for the CFPB. Will the CFPB take action to examine this junk fee and reduce the amount charged for FOIA requests instead of profiting off of hard-working Americans who are simply seeking to learn about how government decisions are made within the opaque CFPB.
Yeah, I actually think those have only been charged 2 or 3 times in the past few years. It's very rare, but I will look at that.
It is
I-
not very rare, sir.
Gentlewoman's time is
I
up,
don't
and
think
Director
actually-
Chopra